What's up, Broncos Country? You're not going to believe what just happened in Denver. Sean Payton just made a move that could completely change the course of this season. We're talking about someone who knows the Payton system better than anyone, someone who was a true legend on the field and is now coming back, but this time on the other side of the line. A name that made the impossible look routine for years. Stick with me until the end, because this news is going to blow your mind. Family, let's start by talking about the moment the Denver Broncos are living right now. 7 wins and only 2 losses. That's right, 7-2. The team is flying, it's competitive, it's going toe-to-toe with the giants of the AFC. And when you think things can't get any better, Sean Payton goes out and surprises everyone with another masterstroke. Look, when you have a record like that, when you're in that privileged position in the season, the last thing you want to do is stand still. You want to evolve. You want to improve. You want to find that extra edge that's going to put you ahead of the competition. And Sean Payton knows that better than anyone. Last Thursday, news rocked the football world. I'm not talking about just any signing, no. We're talking about one of the most versatile, most dynamic, most complete players to ever step on an NFL field. And this guy is coming home to the Sean Payton system. The name? Darren Sproles. Let me ask you something, Broncos Country. How many players do you know who managed to be elite in 3 different roles? Running back, receiver, and returner. This guy did it all. During 14 seasons in the league, Sproles was a true nightmare for opposing defenses. You never knew where he was going to show up. It could be an explosive run up the middle. It could be a crucial reception on 3rd down. Or it could be that punt return that turned the game upside down. Now, here's where it gets even better. Darren Sproles isn't a new name to Sean Payton. Far from it. These two worked together in New Orleans, and that's where Sproles became a true secret weapon. Payton knew exactly how to use every skill this player had. He transformed Sproles into one of the most dangerous running backs in the league, even though he was one of the smallest in stature. Payton has 21 years of experience as an NFL coach. He's coached dozens of talented players, shaped explosive offenses, won a Super Bowl. But when you ask about the most versatile, most dynamic player he's ever coached, Darren Sproles' name always appears at the top of the list, and now that same Darren Sproles is going to be in the Denver Broncos meeting rooms. He's going to be on the practice field. He's going to be passing on all that knowledge, all that experience to our current generation of players. During an appearance on a sports show, Sproles revealed everything. He was direct, no beating around the bush. Sean Payton called him, made the offer, and Sproles is going to accept. He's going to join the Broncos coaching staff as a coaching intern. In his own words, Sean called me about it, and I think I'm going to take the offer. I feel like my next mission is coaching. I started coaching at the high school level a bit, and I'm loving it. I feel like that's my next calling. Family, look at this guy's humility. 3-time Pro Bowler, league legend, and he's starting from scratch at the high school level because he wants to learn the art of coaching the right way. That's commitment. That's passion for the game. Before I continue, if you're true Broncos Country, if you want to stay on top of every move, every piece of news, every play from our team, hit that subscribe button now. Turn on the bell because the next few months are going to be historic and you can't miss anything. But what really caught attention was when Sproles explained what attracts him to this new phase of his career. He talked about the day-to-day, about preparation, about that daily process of building something bigger. I just love the daily grind of preparation. That's what I feel like I'm missing. Broncos Country, do you understand what this means? This guy isn't looking for the spotlight. He's not after fame or recognition. He wants to be behind the scenes in the hard work, in the meticulous preparation that transforms a good team into a championship team. He wants to wake up early, watch film, draw plays, correct techniques, motivate players. He wants to be in that meeting room at 6 in the morning discussing how to stop the opposing pass rush. He wants to be on the field after practice working on footwork with the running backs. That's the DNA of a winner family. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Denver Broncos in practice. Where exactly can Darren Sproles make a difference? First, let's look at our ground game. This season, the Broncos have the 7th best rushing yards per game average in the league. 7th place. Our ground game is already working, already producing, already giving defenses headaches. But imagine injecting the knowledge of a guy who spent 14 years being one of the most creative and efficient running backs in the NFL. Sproles can teach our runners about vision, about patience, about when to explode through the hole, and when to wait for the block to develop. He can work on our backs' receiving skills, transforming them into dual threats that defenses can't cover. And there's another crucial aspect: special teams. An elite returner throughout his career, Sproles knows everything about field position, about when to be aggressive and when to be safe, about how to read coverage and find that perfect return lane. Our return game can go to another level with him in charge. Think about it, Broncos Country. How many times has an explosive return changed the momentum of a game? How many times have those extra yards made the difference between scoring and giving the ball back? With someone like Sproles coaching our returner, every punt and every kickoff becomes a real opportunity to flip the game. This also tells us a lot about Sean Payton's mindset. He's not satisfied with 7-2. He's not complacent because the team is playing well. He's constantly looking for ways to improve, to evolve, to stay one step ahead of the competition. Bringing in Sproles isn't just about adding another coach to the staff. It's about bringing in someone who thinks football the way Payton thinks. Someone who understands his offensive philosophy because he lived that philosophy on the field. Someone who can communicate complex concepts to players because he himself executed those concepts at the highest level. Family, do you remember how Payton used Sproles in New Orleans? That guy was everywhere. Motion out of the backfield, devastating screen passes, creative runs between the tackles, explosive returns. Defenses never knew what was coming, and now that same brain is going to be helping develop our offense. And look at the timing of this hire. We're in the middle of the season, fighting for the playoffs, showing we can compete with anyone. This is the exact moment to bring in smart reinforcements for the staff. It's not about making drastic changes. It's about adding that extra knowledge, that different perspective that can make the difference in the decisive games ahead. Sproles will have time to integrate into the system, to get to know the players, to start contributing before the most important games of the season. He'll be there when we enter the playoffs. He'll be there when every detail counts. Let me tell you something that might go unnoticed by many people. Sproles chose to start his coaching journey by coaching at the high school level. Think about that. A guy with his career, with the contacts he has, could easily have jumped straight to the NFL or at least to college. But no. He went to high school because he wanted to really learn, wanted to build his foundation the right way. That shows character. That shows he's not playing around with this career transition. And when Sean Payton saw that his former pupil was taking coaching seriously, that he was learning the craft from the ground up, he didn't hesitate to make the call. So, what comes next? Sproles still needs to make his position official, work out the final details. But the intention is clear. He's going to be in Denver. He's going to be on our staff. He's going to be contributing to Broncos Country's success. The big question is, what specific area will he focus on? Running backs? Special teams? Maybe a hybrid role where he can use all his versatility? Whatever Payton's decision, one thing is certain. Sproles has the knowledge to help in multiple areas, and get this, our ground game is already among the best in the league. Imagine what can happen when we inject even more expertise, even more creativity, even more tactical knowledge into this group. Family, what we're seeing here is Sean Payton building a dream staff. He's surrounding the players with people who understand football at the deepest possible level. It's not about famous names just for being famous. It's about bringing in individuals who can really teach, who can really develop talent, who can really make a difference in critical moments. Darren Sproles spent 14 seasons proving that size doesn't matter when you have heart, skill, and football IQ. He would take defenses made up of giants and make them look slow and confused. He would turn seemingly lost plays into touchdowns. He would change games single-handedly with a reception, a run, a return. And now all that knowledge, all that experience, all that wisdom is going to be available to our players every day. In practices, in meetings, in games? Seriously, Broncos Country, How many teams in the league can say they have a legend like Darren Sproles teaching their players? How many teams have this type of connection between head coach and assistant? Payton and Sproles have already won together. They already know each other's strengths and weaknesses. They've already built trust over the years. This isn't a gamble. This is a sure thing. So, Denver Broncos family, what do you think of this masterstroke by Sean Payton? Will Sproles be the difference maker that takes us to the Super Bowl? In what area do you think he can help the most? Running backs or special teams? Leave your opinion here in the comments. I want to know what each of you is thinking about this historic hire. Don't forget to leave that thumbs up if you like the video. Share it with all your Broncos Country family friends. And if you're not subscribed yet, you know what to do. Hit that red button, because there's a lot more amazing content coming. The season is far from over, family. And with moves like this, with Sean Payton always thinking ahead, with legends like Darren Sproles joining our team, the sky's the limit. Broncos Country, until the next video. And remember, always orange and blue in your heart.